speak on behalf of the prison.
Awesome.
I can
okay.
speak
About you.
but I
Okay.
can't speak on
Okay.
behalf of the prison.
Okay.
You know, the prison thinks this, I can't.
Yes.
Okay.
You know.
So our first ones will be, what is your most intense experience you've been a part of in the prison, and then we'll do a walking one of you saying because of your color if you face any setbacks. Alrighty. I'm trying to think of my lighting is good or not. It's hard to tell. I think you're good. Yeah, we'll just.
My white flesh is blending.
Yeah, I'm
in.
about to say. Is that we're not allowed to do white backgrounds, so this is a white background. All right, here we go. What is the most intense experience you have witnessed or been a part of in the prison?
Obviously, I've seen stabbings, inmates get stabbed. But the most recent one was I was working in one of the prisons, and I had turned around and I seen two inmates fighting inside the chow hall. And the lieutenant was standing there talking with me because we know each other for 5-6 years. He came in and said what's going on, and I seen it. I turned around and said, "Oh my God." And I ran over there, and there's two Samoans fighting. And he went and got one. I mean, obviously I called it in on the radio, said, "Hey, we got to fight in the chow hall." And I ran and grabbed the other one. I grabbed him and I pulled as hard as I could, tackled him down. And there's all these other inmates just standing around. I mean, you got 500-600 people in the chow hall at one time. And I landed on my shoulder. I sprained my shoulder. And that was the most recent. And then when I was an officer working in the special housing units, there was some brutal things in the special housing units. That's where you get some really bad guys, and they can slip their handcuffs and do whatever they need to do, and it was intense inside a SHU.
Have you ever been the victim of any attacks or the target of any attacks?
No, I mean, I think I scare them enough to where they think I'm pretty badass. You know, if they say, "Hey, we want to fight," I say, "Let's go," and then they, and don't tell my wife that because then she'll get mad.
That's so funny. So
You
they
know.
ask you to fight?
Well, they'll say, "Hey, you think," and I say, "Well, let's do it. Come at me." You know, I don't want to go. I don't say, "Hey, let's go in the back room and want to fight." I don't. You know, they challenge me. I say, "Let's go." They think that their mouth or they're an inmate. They think that, you know, they can say, "Hey." You know, and I've had one inmate tell me, "When I get out, I'm going to slice your throat," you know, and it is what it is, you know, and I know this, I write them up for that, and, you know, yeah, you just live with it, I guess. You know, it's always in the back of your head, and you're always thinking about it, but you just kind of put on a front and go with it.
Yeah. Oh, man. I wonder, what was it like to be threatened?
You know, it was kind of weird, but I guess it just comes with the job. You know, that same guy threw urine and feces on me. I mean, it's just part of the job. You just go with it. Luckily, he didn't get it in my face, and I seen it coming, and it just got my pant leg and my boot. And I was... But this is where you have to control yourself. I wanted to go in that door so bad and just beat the living daylights out of him. But that's where you separate. They're an inmate, I'm an officer, and that's where you separate. And I really wanted to go in there and just
Lay him out.
But there's nothing you can do. Nothing.
Is that disrespect common because of your color or your title?
You know, sometimes, you know, I get inmates to tell me, "Oh, you don't want to hire me because I'm black." Oh, come on, or you know, you don't like working with Mexicans, and I tell them, "Look, all my crew, I like to mix up my crew, and I actually think the my workers work better than anybody, but they always try to pull, you know, you need to get more black cooks in here. You need to get more." No. I hire who I want to hire, and if the person happens to be purple, I could care less. But they always see that since I'm white, they'll always put that against me. Always.
Yeah.
Always. You know, and I see it amongst other races, like the blacks will go to our black guy that works there and ask him for a job. They'll go, you know, the Hispanics will go ask the guy that knows Spanish for a job. And then the few white guys that are in prison, because there's like 200 white guys per prison. We have 4,
Mhm.
so 600 out of 5,000. They'll go to the white guy. You know, I mean, even though I don't do that game.
Yeah.
I don't play that game. I don't have no, reason to. If the guy's a hard worker and he's purple, guess what?
Yeah.
He's gonna work for me. And being at the prison, you can tell too with staff. I got lucky to get my job. I think I was the token white that got hired. They hired 2 black guys and 1 white guy, and they have to do that to keep everything going, because people will always, oh, you didn't hire me because I was this. You didn't hire me because I was that. So they usually hire, if they're hiring more than 1, they'll hire different,
Okay.
just to keep it all squared away. And I just happen to be the token white, and I'm gonna roll with it because it was a $5 raise.
Yeah.
So I got lucky that time.
There you go.
So,
Perfect.
but
That's good. Paul, that was awesome. Wow. I just stopped filming because I was like, I'm going to start shaking. That was really cool. Now it's just basic questions. We just need you to state who